password to join. You can contact CTX for that. And you just establish your own account, you add your assignments as needed, and for each course, you have a course ID and password. I know that sounds confusing, but let me just show you a few things. So you can do instructor training on turnitin.com, very, very easy. This is what my homepage looks like, and it just has my current 5 classes. And for each course, you can see there's a little number on the side, and that's the class ID number. And let's say I've taken on another class. I would just click this little button and add class. And so you just add it in, you let it know the dates of that class. It's letting me know right here your classes are going to expire in 30 days because the semester is almost over. This is what I show my students on the first day of class. I say, this is the Turnitin website. This is what it looks like. You're going to create an account. You're going to go right here. It's going to ask you, have you ever used Turnitin? And I think you'll be surprised that some of them have already used it in high school. Some of them have used it at other community colleges. They can use the same profile. They just need to enroll in your course using that course number. If they haven't, they'll just go down and click the student button. And then I just put this on the screen. I say, this is your class ID number. This is your class enrollment password. You have a really simple first week assignment. I want you to go enroll on Turnitin. And then they generally go. And this is my total list of classes. You can see a bunch of them have already expired. That's what this symbol is. And then some of them are active. So what I really like to use this for is if I get a request for a letter of recommendation, I really like to go back and say, what did they write about? What were their research topics? So I go back and I check the class. And I check to see their grade. I check to see my comments. I check to see their research. So it's convenient for me. And the students are usually good at giving me things for their letters of recommendation, but it's so easy to just go back and see. So it's a really nice record. And then this is just what one of my classes looks like today. It has 4 assignments. I can see what number of students have submitted for each assignment. If I want to add an extra assignment, I just click it right here. It takes me through the basics. I say I want a paper assignment or I want a peer mark assignment. I generally just do paper assignment. I keep it really simple. You just put the start date when it opens, the due date, post date, and if you want to get a little fancy, you can do the optional settings, and that's where you can go through things like allow submission after the due date, generate originality reports for submission. So that means can you see if they have been using material from other sources. It just asks you a series of questions. You can have it put into a paper repository, exclude small matches. You can have it checked for grammar. So you can actually select an ETS handbook. I use high school level because if you use college, it gets pretty intense because it automatically will scan it for grammar for you. So what's great is you open a paper and it'll show you, look at all of these errors that are happening. So that's already a big time saver. So this is what my students' papers look like once they're all submitted and graded. These are their scores. This is the percent that's coming up as used from other sources. This shows me if the students have looked at their comments. So some of them have, and many of them have not. So that's very useful. You can see who submitted late. So you can see this student submitted slightly late. I just want to show you all their names. And then this is what the paper looks like. So it shows you what percent is coming from different websites, what percent was submitted to a different school. So that usually is a sign, okay, maybe they're using big chunks from books that another student was using at a different school. So you can choose, can you look at the originality and see if it was plagiarized from different sources. You can also click the grade mark setting and then start adding comments. So here you can see, I'm sure a lot of you have done the thing where you're writing the same comment over and over again. I have a whole list of comments that I use again and again. I just click them, I highlight the section of the text, and I click it. I have different comment sets for each assignment so that I'm not having to reuse again those same comments again and again. And at the top of a paper, I'll leave long comments for students. Sometimes I'll leave voice comments. You can actually record up to 3 minutes of your voice if you like to talk to your students. And so there's many, many options that you can use for Turnitin. And this is just kind
And the writing campaign will be called Let's Write and Turn It On. Kind of corny, but the idea is that during the first 2 weeks of the semester of spring, that every single full-time faculty member, we would encourage, we can't say you must, but we would encourage that every single faculty member assign a writing assignment to their class. Every single class throughout this campus should have a writing assignment. And the idea is that the writing assignment could be one sentence, it could be one paragraph, and we really believe that it would be best if the writing assignment came from the individual faculty member, and to have that writing assignment be linked to the discipline. So if you're a math teacher, you're going to ask them maybe to write a math problem. If you're in automotive, maybe you're going to have them write their ideal car. What would it look like? What would it sound like? So you get the point, right? The idea is so that in the very beginning of the semester, that not only do all of our students understand how great this tool is to assist them in learning how to write, but it also, I believe, will show all the faculty members how wonderful this tool is for all of us. And furthermore, it really sends the message to our students that we all believe, every single one of us believe, that it is essential to know how to write and to write well. No matter what someone's career goal is, no matter if they're only here for one class and they never decide to get their AA degree, we are saying at Cerritos College that we believe being able to communicate, to articulate your ideas in a meaningful and grammatically correct way is essential. Right? So we want to propose, so this is a proposal too, and if you're in, we want to like put on Talon and, paper, it's supposed to be paperless, but canvas the whole Cerritos College community to kind of encourage this idea. So that's what, David?
Okay, sure. I really don't have prepared words. I think I'm called here to tell you that Trinidad actually has been on this campus for 10 years now. I was one of the early adopters. This was in 2004, and it was adopted by the English department. Trinidad gave us a deal. Frankly, the college was a bit of a cut rate because we were able to obtain a license for English department only. Since then, Trinidad has changed its marketing scheme and is requiring all districts to have campus-wide licenses. And I think in the big picture, this is really a wonderful thing. And as Julie is saying, and Ms. Boutin, all disciplines, I think, can make wonderful and appropriate use of this within their disciplines. Both professors have outlined some of some of its tools, but there are even more, and they're even more impressive. As an instructor who is ambivalent toward technology, I found Trinidad to be the most user-friendly program there is. Like one feature that's really wonderful is that if you use its gradebook, and it has a great gradebook, when you grade a paper and indicate the grade, it will appear in the gradebook, so you're not making that transfer. It has a grammar tool for that students can use it as well to see how they're doing on that level. As an administrator, though, I'm concerned about costs, and because of this new plan, the cost to turn it in has become more than 3 times expensive for the college. And of course, I'd like this to be more broadly utilized to justify its expense. If it's only the English department that's using it, it's hard for me to justify this because it went from, like, say, about 10,000 to something that is edging toward 40. And let me reiterate that for $40,000, this really is a magnificent tool that, as has been pointed out, teaches students how to incorporate outside sources, how to write better. And it also imparts, I think, an essential value, which is integrity. You know, something which we also hold dear and close to us, and it's something which we want to maintain in ourselves and also in our students. This is something we believe in honesty and integrity, and this is the most powerful tool I can find for this. So as part of this campaign, I think what we're trying to induce faculty to do is just to use it a little bit more. It might be, you know, for depending on what you teach, maybe just for one assignment for your class, so that we can maintain it. I can't speak for administration fully, but I know that as long as it's being utilized, the administration wants to support this. So, you know, since 2004, and I hope that we are still using it 100 years from now. Thank you.
Any discussion? Yes.
I'll note that I have used it since 2004 along with David, and happily, in the past couple of years, it's also available as a fully synced resource on TalonNet. So if you set up your TalonNet assignment on the assignments page effectively, appropriately, it's just a matter of checking boxes. When students submit their essay to you in that TalonNet assignment, it automatically goes up to turnitin.com, comes back with a report that the student can see, that you can see within TalonNet. So you can use it as a fully external software program that I've used on occasion, or platform rather, and or a fully built-in platform in TalonNet with multiple options for it.
Anyone else?
Biology uses it in several lessons for research papers.
Yeah, or stuff. I got all excited about the grading part.
It's
God,
like-
I don't have to sit on Sunday watching football, writing hand comments. That's fabulous. Would we like to make a, excuse me. Would we like to make a motion to, is anyone interested in making a motion to support this campaign? Chris,
I'd like to make a motion to support turnitin.com and its continued use on campus.
do we have a second? Okay, any discussion on that? All right, all of those in favor of supporting turnitin.com?
Aye.
Those opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you so much, Julie and Lisa, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, there has been a request to discuss bookstore and textbook markups, so we did invite Dr. El Fatal, who's the business vice president, yeah, and also Armando Quetal, who could not be here today. So we have Dr. El Fatal here, and I know that there were some questions regarding the markups. So we have those ready from the audience as well. It doesn't have to be a senator.
So I don't have a presentation, but
Yeah, he's just here to answer questions.
So I've been approached by Dr. Schilling, a number of members of my division have been approached with this idea that as faculty members, we should go and try to negotiate with publishers to bring down their costs to help out students. I would like to know what the district is doing to negotiate with the bookstore on their end to bring down their markup. Because there's only so much I can do with the publisher. And an example would be the political science department. We negotiated with the publisher a reduced price, and the bookstore did not reduce their price one bit. So basically, I negotiated a better profit for full ed.
let me just make a couple of points. It's called margin, not markup. Those are technically two different things in the retail world. So when you're negotiating with the publisher directly, and I don't know about the conversation with Dr. Schilling, but I assume that's a good thing. She's asking people to do, et cetera. Because Follett is the exclusive provider of books on this campus, there has to be money available for them to stay in business, and that's why they have a margin. So their margin by contract for new textbooks is no more than 26%. So they have to add that to the cost, which is the issue that you're talking about. Now that 26% margin on new textbooks, and there's rental textbooks, and there's other line items, there's convenience food, snacks, so